Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Relationship Flow Sip and Chat. If you are joining us this evening, let us know. Tell us where you are and what you're sipping on. Daryl, how was your week?
Yeah, my week was good. It went by fast. We're back here already again.
Okay, what you sipping on over there?
I had a peppermint tea with some guava, some natural guava inside.
Ooh,
Sounds delicious.
What's with the whisper?
it must be the peppermint tea keeping him calm.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
whoa.
just calm and relaxed day.
He's all wooside. Ooh. Mm.
Uh,
That's what's up. How was your week, Neil? Miss Ruth?
Thanks for asking. It was good. It was uneventful in a good way. Today was a little crazier. I just like skidded in here on two wheels from errands and grandma, but all in all a good week. Good week. Today was a little hectic for me, but I'm calming, and I need some of that tea that Daryl's drinking to calm me down a little more. How about you, Doc? How was your week?
Same. It was uneventful. The weather got my allergies acting crazy. So a little it's not even congestion. I don't even post nasal drip, and the little stuff up in here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually sipping on some honey and lemon.
Oh, good,
Yeah, honey and lemon water. Just
good.
trying to get my throat
Together.
together.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yes. Hey, Yolanda. Thanks for joining us.
Hi,
hey,
Yolanda.
Yolanda, how are you doing? Look, it's been a long week. We're just feeling the best, so we're just going to mellow out this week.
We are. It sounds like we all need that chill.
Yes, it sounds like
Somebody got to chill.
mellow
Are we going to
session.
whisper the whole show?
I don't know what you're going to do.
Oh my
We
God.
don't want Doc to laugh too much with her throat, okay?
Yeah. Stop it, Daryl. Be good.
Please.
Not doing anything.
Oh, thank you.
It's cute.
Thank you. I had to put on something to lay it down. We got our tricks. We got our little tricks because I took it out the rollers and it was all puffy up here. I'm like, oh no, we gotta lay this down.
Roll out those tricks. That's
That's
right.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. You gotta do it. Gotta
Yes, we
find
do.
ways to fix it.
Have to present, represent.
Yes, but thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate that. Daryl sounded cringy.
Cringy.
Is that what I sound like? Some
So
people have
today
never.
we are talking
Hey, wait,
about.
wait. We're not gonna go
I'm
by
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I moved too
Some,
fast. I gotta let him
some.
respond.
Yes, we gotta see if we. Some people have never been talking to in a nice, calm voice. I see. Okay.
Okay.
So can we talk about the topic now?
We may.
Wow, I'm not gonna be able to do this.
I don't know if we can't take that
I
voice
don't
all
think we can
night.
take that voice for over an hour. Come on now.
So we're
10
talking
minutes,
about,
maybe.
do you need to know my business or
Not.
not?
Not. Too many people in
So
the business.
yeah, so we had some scenarios we want to bring to you to talk about, whether or not it is necessary that you reveal these things to your partner.
Oh,
But I
oh.
did want to start with she's choking. I did want to start with what is the difference between being secret and just needing some privacy? Because even in a healthy relationship, you do want to have some privacy. You don't have to tell. I mean, you don't. I think most people don't want to reveal every single thing. There may be some private thoughts. There may be some private feelings. There may be, things about their past that they may, not want to reveal, or there may just be some boundaries that a person has that, protects their privacy in their relationships. So when I was looking at, is there really a difference? I did find something.
Oh,
And
Okay.
it,
Okay.
yeah, and it says that I'm going to put it up for you guys so you can see.
okay.
So it says secrecy is dishonest. It violates trust intentionally. Well, and you're intentionally hiding things or misleading. And they said it's disruptive and it's toxic. But
Wait. Say it again. Say it again. Because
secrecy is dishonest and it violates trust. You're intentionally hiding things or misleading. And it can be hurtful or disruptive or toxic to the relationship.
okay.
So that's when you're keeping secrets. So
Okay.
but when it comes to privacy, they talked about what I was saying. It refers to your personal boundaries about your history, your thoughts, your opinions, and experiences that are separate from your partner and your relationship.
I mean, that's a tight line to tote. I mean, that's it's like a lie could be if the wind blows at this point because it's they're very
Very close.
similar. They're almost the same. Like the
Mhm.
definitions, you're just trying to paint one different.
Mm.
So I think it sounds like it would be very subjective to whom is keeping the lie and whom you're keeping it from. Because you may think it's not a big deal, but if you're hiding it, it's probably a big deal. But you may not think it's that big of a deal. But the person you're keeping it from may, right? So it really depends on how you feel about whatever the situation is that is being omitted.
I was thinking the
lies.
same thing when
Mhm.
I read it, but then I kind of understood the line that they were talking about because it's saying that with secrecy you're intentionally hiding something. But with privacy, you may say to your partner, well, that's a part of my past. I don't want to talk about it. Or I don't know. Your partner might not need to know what you think about their mother or their
Mm.
their
Yeah.
family members.
That's still a lie. I mean, you're
Well,
It's
still
not a
hiding and
lie.
withholding.
now, I
Yes,
don't know if
That's not
that's
a
a
lie.
lie.
if you can package it however you want to, it's still the
That's
same
not a
thing.
lie.
It is. If I'm not telling you something for a reason, whatever it may be, I'm saying you can look at it either way, right? You can say I'm doing it for the benefit of the good. That's fine. That's how you feel. But it still could be to me. If me not knowing it still could be a problem, or I could have an issue with it, or it could still bother me, and it still could become a. Just think about it. You keeping that still could be a problem in the relationship.
I mean, if you ask the person, for instance, the example I gave about your in-laws, if you say, babe, do you like my mom? And you lie, that's a lie. If you
Don't ask if you
if
don't
you
want to
say,
know.
yes, I love them, then
Okay.
you're lying.
Okay.
No,
But
no, no,
should you
no,
tell
no,
your
no.
partner?
Doc, I'm not. I'm sorry to cut you off. You're not lying. You're keeping the relationship together.
Okay. So there is a difference.
Because the truth in that at that point could be detrimental. If you have a great relationship with your mom, I can't stand her. Me saying I can't stand her could be a problem for our relationship only because I know how you feel about it. So I'm going to, for you, say I like her, or I'm going to go with you when you go see her, even though it's not for me and my skin is crawling, but I'm going to go. So again,
that's what my point was. If you're asked and you answer in a lie, that you're lying. But if you're never asked, if your partner doesn't ask you, should
And
you
you
just
don't
blurt
tell.
out, I can't stand your family. They
Right.
make me sick, make my skin crawl. Should you do
So
that?
no. And in that vein, Doc, I think there is a slight difference between the lie and what's private. You're choosing to keep something private for the good of the relationship, Daryl, versus I'm going to outwardly lie about this. It's different. It's
what you
different.
think?
Now, who are you
I was
asking?
in the picture.
Who are you talking to? girl power. She's going to go with us.
Yes.
Privacy.
Yes. Right. You should be able to
That's
go in the
privacy.
bathroom and
No,
close the door.
she's saying that's privacy.
That's privacy. Yes. You should be able to do that.
No, but what you're saying is not privacy. You're omitting or lying.
No,
Excuse me, I don't have a
we're
voice.
saying the same thing. Are you keeping a secret if you go in the bathroom and want to close the door? Is that keeping a secret?
Is that too secretive? Yes.
No, that's called privacy. See, you guys are intermingling things. By definition, privacy. She's going to there and it's a private thing. But again, if you omit something, which omissions can be lies, right? Depending on what you're omitting or you're withholding or you're not telling, at the end of the day, if it comes out, it could be a problem. Hence, what we're talking about today.
That's what I just said. If you're asked and you lie, that's a lie. If you're not asked, some things you may keep to yourself.
Wait a minute. That's omitting. That's still a lie. That's still a problem, contingent upon what it is, right? If the question was,
all right. So wait a minute. It's only a lie depending on something you care about. Is that what you're saying? Because should a woman tell her partner everything about her menstrual cycle, everything about every GYN visit she's ever had?
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Is that secretive or is she being private?
See the game, fellas?
It's not a game, Daryl.
Okay. Cool. So if fellas, from what I'm hearing, if they don't ask about our side joint, we don't have to tell.
What?
Oh, it changed?
Come on.
It changed because a minute ago, should we tell you about every bit of our menstrual cycle?
No. You're the one changing. You're saying
I didn't change anything. I have this. It's the same.
You're saying that it's omission only if it's something you care about.
I didn't say it's only if you come to care about. I said it's omission if you don't tell something, period. That's what I said.
Like you said, if it's something that could hurt the relationship. That's what we need to look at.
See, but like I said, that's why I think it's very subjective, because what you may feel may hurt the relationship. I can feel something like, oh, if I don't tell this, it's not a big deal, right? Because it may not be a big deal to me.
Okay.
But you may feel that you needed to know that.
Yes, the side joint, I need to know. That's a big deal.
See why? See, there you go in my business. Where's my privacy? See, this is what I'm talking about. We can have no privacy when we're in a relationship, I see. There's no such thing as privacy. I'm done. I'm throwing my hands up.
All out of proportion.
I'm throwing my hands up.
All out of
No. I just want us to stick to, or we have to agree that this is very situational.
Yes.
And it also you really, I think, have to take into account not what you feel, but how it would affect your partner.
How your partner would feel.
I agree with that.
That's what I think it really has to be. Because in your mind, you can justify anything not telling or doing because, it's not even a big deal. But, your partner maybe. So I really think it's up to your partner what they feel to kind of justify if it's something they need to know or not need to know.
Okay.
To me. And it's still situational. Because, like I said, sometimes you can't tell everything, right? This is kind of what we get to. Sometimes that we got to agree that sometimes that lie is beneficial for the relationship.
Wow.
You guys do it all the time. Wow, women do it all the time. Stop it. You lie all the time to keep the relationship. Again, most of y'all lie with your fake eyelashes or eyebrows or your hair. Stop it.
But you don't need to know all of that all the time, Daryl, for a relationship.
But this is the thing. I might need to know because when we really get together and I see you without it and you look like somebody totally different, you lied to me. I'm done.
Well, that's called false advertisement.
Right. Yes.
Is that called being a woman? I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did he say it? Did he go there? I'm sorry.
Doc, you got this.
I don't know. One of the things that I had talked about in my book is that if there are things that because women do all that kind of stuff, and men talk about it, even though they love it, they talk about it.
Thank you.
Even though they love it.
Thank you, Doc.
I think that there are some things that you might want to tell if you're in a committed relationship and thinking about kids, because then that can influence what the kids might look like. Like if you got fake green eyes, and this person think their baby might have some green eyes, you might want to talk about that. If you got a nose job, you might want to talk about that.
You're
Right.
right. That might be
I
worthy
pull
of
out
discussion.
my punted square and seeing what I can come with, and none of them are really options because you don't have none of this stuff.
Wow.
So let's get to it. Let's have a question. So
Okay.
you're dating someone. Let's say first date, and you live with your mother. Is that something you should tell?
I think so.
I think that's fair to tell. Mm-hmm. I agree.
So are we saying that that's a that could be a deal breaker for something if you live with your mother?
Yes.
I'm a nice
Yes.
person.
For some, yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm a nice person that's had a little setback.
For
I live
some,
with my mom.
then we
I
have
gotta
to know
tell
the
you.
conditions. We have to talk more. Let's talk more about it.
I live with my mom.
You can't just say you live with. What's that?
I got to see. This is the problem with women. You know what I mean? I live with my mom, and it's a terrible thing.
We're not saying it's a terrible thing, but we're just saying that for some people, that's a deal breaker because all the things that come with that.
Okay, what comes with it?
Things like you can't have sleepovers,
Right?
Just
Right?
nasty women. See,
you can't have sleepovers.
You don't have your own space, or
you don't have your own space.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
I can't leave my things because you don't have anywhere for your things.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, think about it. Don't worry about getting to know us. They worry about sleepovers on the first date.
But Daryl, I did say it warrants a conversation though, because then you talk about the reasons, and we'll talk about it.
Because you're fresh. That's what I'm hearing.
No, we'll talk about how long you've been with your mom.
Yes.
What are your plans for getting out of there? We have to have a discussion.
What's your couch like? That's the next question.
I mean, you have to have that discussion because the plan could be, I'm going to stay here till I get married, and my mom coming with me.
It could be.
You need to know that stuff.
It really could be. It could be for some.
So in that case, I get that part, but I don't know if I want to marry you at his first date. I don't know if we're talking about that yet. I don't just mention. But okay, I get it. Guys, first date. If you live with your moms, sorry guys, you probably won't get a second date. I'm just gonna put it out there.
All right, then tell me on the second date.
I don't know. So, and it's very interesting because I don't know if I met a woman and she would live with her mom, would it be as much of an issue? Because most of the time, men aren't gold diggers. So, did he say it? Did he go there again?
Yes, he did go there. Yeah, women are gold diggers, and men, they're just thinking about all they could get. Oh, she live with her mom. I wonder what her mom look like.
Right. That's true.
Hey, listen.
Yes.
Equal opportunity.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hey.
See, he can't argue that. He's like, hey.
Listen, the heart wants what the heart wants. You never know where you're gonna find love. You might be the stepping stool to me finding love. Sometimes it might be your best friend. Who knows? These things can happen. And on that note, say you do meet someone, and then you find out you were with one of their friends, one of their good friends. Should you tell?
That's a deal breaker. I need to know that right up front.
That should be known.
Okay, fellas, your sexual history is on display. Okay, there we go. It's weird. They don't want to know your numbers, but they want to know you took down a friend.
I think that's important information. That's important, Daryl, because
it was before you, and you weren't there. So what's it got to do?
I don't care about that.
Well, what if they're still your friend? What if you're still dealing with it? What if she's still her friend?
But we're not together anymore. Most nights.
Would you be with a woman who took down one of your friends?
Or would you want to know?
We're not talking about me right now. We're talking about
we're talking about everything. We're talking about both sides.
Why would you try to
turn this on me?
Sides. I think that yeah, I wouldn't. I would probably not prefer it.
Would you want to know?
Oh, me, yeah.
Okay, then we
'Cause
want
my
to know.
ego, I definitely won't want her. If you mess with my friend, then you're not on my level. So I don't want you. It's a mistake.
Woo,
So, yeah, nobody wants them singing that so and so smash the homie song when you get with
Right.
your boys.
right,
Right.
Mhm.
I think if once you find out in that situation, like you see him out, I think then once you know, I think you should tell. Just to let again for that reason, let the person. I don't need to know all that.
Okay, Yolanda says she don't need to know all of that on a first date.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me some things. Well, we'll get back to it later. I think that yeah, give the person a chance in case they do have the same type of feeling about it. Like some people don't want to deal with, especially if their friend are still around, it can get messy. So I would think that was something that you should tell.
I found that out on it wasn't a first date, but over some conversations.
Right.
And I cut it off right then. It's like, no.
Okay. And
As soon as
yeah.
you know. Yeah.
It was high school, but still, I had enough sense back then to be like, nah, you was with one of my girlfriends. No.
Right. But I really didn't like her. No, it didn't work.
That's irrelevant.
He said something like that. Like it wasn't a big deal, or it was only a short period of time, or something stupid.
Okay. All right, let's turn it up a little bit. If someone has been in jail, how quickly should they, disclose that information, or should they not?
I don't know. This is because that's such a unfortunate.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it. So this is something that a lot of men have experienced.
True.
That's
Especially
true.
Black men.
That's
Black
true.
Men.
Yes.
That's true.
That one is
maybe I would on the first date. I don't know, Doc.
Yeah, maybe not the first date, but I would want to know because I would want to know what you went what happened.
So that we can expand.
How'd you end up in jail?
Would what it was for matter when you should know?
Oh, yeah.
If it was for something, maybe it's if you touch someone or forcefully took it from someone.
I like to know that myself.
Even though that was, you got out and you feel like you rehabilitate yourself, and you feel like you're past that. Would you need to know?
I want to know.
I would want to know something like that.
I want to know.
Contingent upon what it was, I think I would want to know early enough. Especially at this age, if I have children or something that you're
for
around,
sure.
I would want to know quick. And I think if I didn't know and it went on, me finding out would make it the response would be very different than, hey, this is not going to work. I think I would actually be very upset, if you found out later, it went on a couple months. And maybe you even had them around your children at this point. You seem like a good person. And then you find something like this out. That definitely could be a problem.
That could be. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Someone told me about an experience like that where they found out the person they were dating was on the Megan's Law list.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, and he didn't tell her. She found that out because somebody Googled them.
Yeah,
or somebody checked them out on the list or whatever.
Yeah, she did.
Not a bad idea.
No,
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Hey, listen.
I tell young women all the time when they're dating, do all your recon when you're dating.
If you're out in these streets, you're not Googling people and doing searches on these people, then good luck. When you're in the van
exactly.
Going to Russia.
You have to check those lists.
Right.
Just to see.
Right. Definitely.
Yes. You have to verify things.
Okay.
Before you go out. Very true.
How about I see this a lot? Not a bad idea to do verification.
Can't be too careful.
You should.
Nope.
You should.
And let somebody know where you're going, with whom.
Mm-hmm.
And
Timeline.
pertinent information like their car, what kind of car they got, their license plate number,
Yep.
things like that.
Anything
Very
we can do when we have to put the Amber Alert out for you, so we have the most
Right.
information as possible.
Yes, exactly.
How about let's get a little bit more. If a person was bisexual, is that something we need to tell earlier in the relationship, or does it matter?
Maybe not early. Maybe not early. Maybe once we see where the relationship is going, getting a little more serious, maybe a little more intimate. Then I want to know what's the sexual background. Just then tell me. What are you thinking?
I would say, and again, this is for me as a man. I don't know if it's a big deal, right?
Okay.
But from what I think, or from when I've talked to women, and what I guess what I would surmise would be, I would want to know that as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because
day one, she said.
Yes, I agree. Only because I think that if you're dating a man and he's bisexual, then maybe he wants something that you don't have. Right? I mean, you could go buy something and help out, but that may not be. And nothing's like the real thing, baby. That's what a song I heard. So I don't know how that would work. Yeah, Doc, no dancing to the song. Okay?
The song in our heads.
Yes.
So I would just think that would be something that maybe you should tell sooner than later. Because again, if I think my problem with waiting to you're on the you're more intimate and yada yada, but you already took it to another level or getting closer. That means some feelings involved.
Yeah, but my point was maybe we weren't going to take it to another level. That's what I'm saying. Maybe
you all do. You already talking about the man with no to live in his mom's house, and you couldn't go back to the house.
I just wanted to be able to relax and sit on a sofa in peace and watch a movie with you without mama there. That's all.
Right.
I do not sound like that.
Do you believe that you just want to? Now I wouldn't say. I was just laughing because I thought that was hilarious. You just want to go back to the house and watch TV. That's what we're doing now.
Still, Daryl.
Okay, all right. This is not fifth grade. Okay, it's Netflix and chill.
Yes, Netflix and chill.
And really chill, not the fake.
Right.
Have sex chill.
Right, not that chill.
I guarantee most people are thinking about Netflix and chilling, not the fake way.
I guess
so. If you want to come over and wrestle all night, go ahead. We can wrestle all night.
Doc, I guess I've been out of these streets too long.
If you want to turn into WWE, and by 4:00 you'd be like, here, take it, because you're tired, you want to go to sleep. Okay.
I really thought Netflix and chill was a real thing, Doc. Maybe.
It's a thing, but not the thing you're thinking about. It's definitely a thing.
I'm done with that. I'm done.
It's a real thing if you force it. Like, hey, no.
Oh my.
Come on, don't put the head in.
I mean, if that's the case, then mama might be the protection.
True.
Thank you. Come on, Yolanda. Come on, Yolanda.
And now you want to sit on the couch.
We didn't say first day for everything.
No.
Yolanda, I heard you. We did. Okay.
But oh my gosh.
Hey, Yolanda, you're paying attention. Paying attention.
Thanks, Yolanda.
Okay, well, let's get back to the jail one. How about if the person went to jail and it was like maybe for something minor, maybe stealing something, maybe even stealing food for his family, right? Or stealing food for her family, whatever, stealing diapers, whatever. They had to go there for about 6 months. While they were in, they were happy for the stay. They were gay for the stay.
Oh.
Got it.
Girl, listen, I get all y'all. You're all end up on my page. I'm just letting you know. Everybody says it.
Don't go out like that, Yolanda. Don't go out like that.
They all do. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. But no, so you find out. So the person, when they were in, they were gay for the stay. That's not a preference of theirs. It's only practice while they're in there. When they're out, they're straight as a board. Would you need to know
if we're going to be, if the relationship goes to another level? Yes.
Yep.
I would want to know that. That's part of your sexual history. I would want to know.
I would.
Okay, so how much of the sexual history would we need to know then? So let's just go right. What would we need to know, sexual history wise? So number a thing? Do we need to know how many?
I don't care about that. Guys care about that stuff.
Yeah, guys care. I don't know if
women. You know why women don't care? Because the numbers are so high. They say, "Hey, we don't care. we don't care, but we don't even want to talk about it." You know, why are we even talking about numbers?
That is not
why
true.
does a number matter? It doesn't.
Not true.
It's only a number. It don't matter.
No, that's not true, Daryl.
Okay.
I mean, we know that at a certain age, everybody has a history. So,
or most.
So yeah, I don't care about numbers.
Okay.
I know men
really care about.
I know.
But okay, so well, in the sense that, so how would you care about if the person was gay for the stay, right? Why?
Well, for one thing, there's not the same kind of protection in jail.
Okay.
So you might be putting yourself at risk.
Good point.
For diseases.
Mm-hmm.
Even sexual history in general, you want to know about STDs. You want to know about that kind. You want to know about sexually transmitted diseases or infections. That's something you want to know about anyway.
So would it be just about the sexual history as far as any transmitted diseases or things like that, or would you have to know they were gay for the stay?
I would have to know that. You'd have to tell me that because that's part of your history.
Mm-hmm.
I also had sex with men.
Right.
But
I want to know that. That's part of your history.
So so we kind of talked about earlier where it only happened while I was in jail, and I'm not planning on going back.
But it happened.
But it still happened. All right.
So we need to know every interaction that may have been risky in our life. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the risky behaviors. Yes.
So would you be also forthcoming with this risky behavior?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
So you would talk about every time you had unprotected sex.
Yep.
Okay, and if you had a threesome or whatever,
it should be discussed.
Yes, that should be disclosed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, why not?
So
that's stuff men gonna brag about anyway.
We don't get
men gonna brag about that.
So are we getting to the point of really disclosing numbers and kind of sort of, because you're like, well, I did have unprotected sex a lot, or you say a few times, which is not true. So again, we're getting to territory where we're starting to dissect things that I think that I don't know if we necessarily need to go into in that case. Only because the person isn't really that way, and they're saying, look, you know what, I did have some risky behaviors, but I'm, I got tested, I'm clean. What do we need to know this information for? If it's not something that is ongoing, something that they're thirsting for, why would we need to know that then?
As you said, you'd be telling the person, I had some risky behaviors, I got tested, I'm fine. So I would think that they would want to know what kind of risky behaviors you've been into.
But then that's when we get into, well, did you ever, and now you're going down the list and talk about everything you ever done. So we need to do that.
I don't know about
Not
that.
everything, but again, the risky things that might put that person in some sort of situation.
Well, again, I don't know what is risky to you, but me could be you got drunk and had sex at a college party. How many times did you do that? How many times did you put yourself at risk, right? How many times did you, I don't know, did you go out and have one night stands? How many times? We're starting to dissect every part of someone, everything, when I don't know if the bigger picture would be like, well, look, like I said, we all have a past, but I've been tested, I'm clean, and it's nothing now. So I don't know how much are we going into now these individual type things that we did that were risky. I mean, if there's something that if it was proclivity or something that you still want or something you still need or yada yada, that may be different. But I don't want to talk about everything I did in college. I don't think you want to hear about everything I did in college. I don't know if that'd be something that you can even live with. But
so are you going to disclose that I'm all clean and everything's good now? Are we going to disclose our test of that so that I don't have to know detail by detail?
You better.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if we're going to tell, but I'm going to tell you from now, like I said, unless something now I'm doing. Like I said, if I'm bisexual, it's different.
Yes.
That's actively, to me, that's a thing now.
Okay.
Right. So now to me, I would, question some things that maybe, like, again, if I'm going out with a girl as opposed to going out with a guy, sometimes you might be more comfortable with you going with your guy friends. But if you're going out with a girlfriend, it could be weird. But if you're bisexual, you just need to know these things. I think that's something actively, currently, now that could be a problem.
So if you're having risky behaviors now, you want to know, but not 10 years ago.
Okay.
Right. Like, again, if you were in jail 15 years ago, that's the only time you went, like I said, 6 months for stealing food, and then while you were there, you did something. I don't know if I necessarily need to know that.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how that changes. See, again, I think that may change. That's when I think you omit something for the better relationship, because that may change something. Mm-hmm. It can change how you look at the person, especially a man. A woman may look at him weaker now to me, like, oh, you saw, whatever the case may be, or think that that's what he wants when maybe he didn't, right? So I don't know if that's really necessary to know. I think when a relationship was more important to know is, are you good now? Like, what is let me have you been tested, or you did it?
Okay.
Those things I think are more important than actually telling a detailed, itemized list of what I've done and not done.
Okay.
Unless, you know what? I was going to say, unless, like you said, because we're talking about now. If you have a desire for something that maybe you haven't done it in 5 years, but you're thinking about doing it, I think I might want to know that.
Well, that's different. That's an active thought. You know what I mean? If that's something that could affect the relationship, like, look here, I am looking to dabble on the other side. Is that okay with you? That's something you would need to know, because, like I said, that would affect the relationship at some point in time.
Okay.
Yes.
That would definitely affect it. But I mean, if we're talking about our past, everybody has past. There's a lot of things that's happened. I'm not going to sit here and itemize everything I've done, because that's not where we're at. And even if you had risky behaviors, I think at our younger years, maybe we did have some very risky behaviors. But if we're good now, we made it through it. Okay. Unless somehow that risky behavior is still following you, like you had somebody you were dealing with for 15 years, and y'all stopped dealing, a month ago. I think that's something I might need to.
Yes. Yes.
I ain't messing with nobody. I'm single, and you've been messing with a person 15 years. No, you're not. You're not. So I do. That may be something you need to tell somebody too. How long were you out of a relationship?
Yep.
I think some of those conversations can be fun. Like, did you ever do this, or did you ever do that?
Never did I ever.
Yes. Do you like fun? This, or do you like that?
Yeah,
they can be fun.
They can be.
Yes.
So how many times do you like that? How many times? That can go left so quick. Hey, listen, I'm too old to play these games. I'm not playing the name game. I look at everybody that did everything at this point. Right? I'm just gonna
you're just gonna assume that everybody
hasn't, Daryl. You can't assume that.
I'm assuming she did it.
You can't assume that.
Gosh.
And people
no. You can.
But people can also not assume that based on age. That's a problem for me. Because just because I'm 50 something, does not mean I've lived, more of a risky whatever because of that timeline.
So I think that same thing, but what you say is risky may not be risky to some. I just think everybody probably did everything. I'm not saying you did, but most likely you come across.
That's not true.
Well, no, your thing is not true, but most likely people have done. most likely people have done a lot of things. There are some people who maybe not. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just going to
Okay.
say
I
that
just want to
people
make
have
sure
probably.
those folks count.
Miss,
You
I
always
haven't
say
did
that to me.
nothing.
Ruth, not the minority of it. I get it.
Yes, and
But some
again,
folks haven't.
so this is what I'm talking about too. I don't know what you think and what we think is the habit. You know, we may be thinking the same thing. We may not.
Okay.
It may, again, so I don't know. What I'm saying is normal. Maybe the same normal, maybe different. I'm saying I think people have done the most things. I'm not talking about being tied up and hit with a ball and chain. I'm not talking about that, Ruth. I don't know
You're not?
exactly what you're
Oh.
talking about, but I'm not talking about that.
I didn't know what your risky was, Daryl. I didn't know.
Like, I think my risky is probably the same risky that you think of. We don't
Okay.
think about the real risk.
All right.
I don't know what real risk is. We need Mary to talk about real risk. She can tell us what the real, things that are
That's better.
crazy
I
that
feel
we
better.
feel are crazy. Yeah.
Yes, Lavon, yes. Be
Mhm.
real from the beginning. Then you don't have
Yes.
to worry about the mystery or somebody outing you or
Mhm.
somebody
Mhm.
coming up and saying, yo,
Oh,
dude,
Yep.
I smashed that.
Yep.
And we
oh, I got
did
a
this
headache.
and that and the
Be
other
Yep.
be
thing.
Be
be
100 from the
be
door.
be real from the beginning
Why
and
they
everything
telling
on
you
them.
this at the restaurant while you trying to have dinner with her?
Every everything manufactured, and we don't know their number, but they want to be real. I'm confused. I am so confused.
Here he
Somebody
goes
help me
with the
out.
manufactured.
Oh my goodness. This is it doesn't
It's
it
called
does
enhancer, not
right. Well,
manufactured.
hey, whatever you want to call it. What
It's
again,
enhancement.
I think only you people like again, you're only so real, which is sometimes it's good and bad. But then as the relationship goes on, you loosen up a little bit more and a little bit more, and a little bit more. But there's certain things I think if someone is trans, how quickly should or not at all should they tell you that they are?
I mean, we're talking about two different things. We're talking about a timeline. We're talking about whether or not. I think
Well, how we
there
want to
are
do
some
it?
things
Well,
like that it has to be revealed at some
Mm.
point. I don't know
Mhm.
what the timeline might be, but I think
so
that's something you need to tell somebody.
so two things. It doesn't have to be revealed, right? Because some people, I was watching something the other day where they was full trans, um, top and bottom physically. They trans and they live as a woman,
Okay.
and they always felt like a woman. So there's
Okay.
nothing to talk
I
about.
know. Yes, I know.
Yes, there's nothing
Yes.
to
Yes.
disclose for them how they feel.
Okay.
For me, I want to know when I say hello.
Right
I'm
from the
just saying,
beginning,
for
huh?
me, well, again, because if I'm approaching someone and looking for something, um, I think that it's only fair that I know, even if you feel the way you feel, and that's fine, whatever case may be, but just to let me know, like, I wasn't born this way. For me, that's what I would like to have happen. I can't say what people do, but I would rather that happen because once that ever came out, I think I would um, be finished, especially if you didn't tell me in the beginning.
Mm.
Because I really think that's something that you like. That had to be on your mind the whole time we spoke. It had to be because you know that this is something that you have dealt with, and you know that meeting someone, especially getting intimate, because you met a Robbie, maybe I want a kid, and you
Okay.
can't have them, right? So there's
Mhm.
things that I'm looking for
Mhm.
usually if I'm getting into a relationship that maybe this would be no different than a woman who couldn't have kids, right? I would need to know that early because if I want kids, you should tell me up front, hey, I'm not really want kids or I'm not able to have kids,
Mhm.
right? Because that may be something I'm looking for, right? And sometimes we don't realize and we just think that everybody's thinking the same thing and we're going into it like, oh, we're looking for a relationship and a relationship means, and we're looking to get married and then have a family,
Mhm.
but some other person may meet family to them could be, well, we're going to adopt or I have nieces and nephews, whatever the case may be. So in those cases, I would like to know very early, like, hello, my name is, and I was born as.
That's fair
What
enough.
did they say on what you were watching? What did they say about that?
So, like I said, it was a show, and they people feel very differently about it. Some really feel like we don't need to tell because obviously you're attracted to us. What you see is what you're attracted to. So your pheromones or whatever were actually in line with what you saw. And some other people like, listen, they from the rip, they tell people from the beginning because they know it can be off-putting if someone's not telling you something.
And it could be dangerous.
Dangerous, I was going to say.
Right, right.
Yes.
See, this is the problem, and I think that how can you feel? You can't feel safe because until that bomb drops, you don't know how it's gonna respond. And I think the more time I put in, I done took you out on 2 dates, I done paid for this, and now you're telling me this. That could be a very problem. I think you tell something like that while you have no skin in the game, while they approach you, hey, and I think, well, how the person is approaching you too. If somebody's approaching you kind of, you feel like it's a romantic type thing, then I think you have to disclose it faster than not. But if they just want to go play basketball or something like that because you're 6'7", then okay, maybe you don't have to disclose it at that point. But I think it's about if it's a romantic type of interest that you feel, I think you owe it to that person to tell them, just so that before I waste money, I don't think I should.
Oh, she was.
Okay. Okay.
What were you talking about, Yolanda?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. All right. So what other scenarios did you have, Daryl?
So what's the penis don't work. How soon do you have to tell?
Hello.
For a man to tell a woman.
Hello.
My penis doesn't work.
Hello.
At the door.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
From
shorty.
hello.
Guess what?
See, this is well, I get it because it could be the same thing, especially if they want kids. Well, I think sometimes even if it doesn't work, it still can sperm could be produced. Understand the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all do that.
We all do, gender-wise. Yep.
Yes.
Who we put in the box? What are we talking about?
Women put men in a box and men put women in a box.
Tell me more.
Yolanda was talking about not feeling safe about her telling her history because people will, I guess, judge you and put you in a category.
Yeah.
Right.
Ron was saying that women do the same thing. Just
Right.
like if you say it don't work, yeah, you're gonna be put in a box. All by yourself.
Hey, fellas, pay attention.
Oh, God.
These women, they want to Netflix and chill. And
I'm at least going to say, to what degree, please? Could you tell me a little more?
This is crazy.
Is that at all, or 50%?
Right, like
what we working with?
It can ejaculate. It never gets hard.
All right. Well, I don't want no more kids, so hey,
you good? See,
I can't have kids, so hey.
There you go. See, look at that.
So you sit in that box over there with Doc's friend.
Hilarious. That's so rude, man. See how we're treated. We're just a big shish kebab. That's all we are. It's terrible.
Ooh, you asked, Carol. You asked.
So here's a good one we thought about.
What if it's tiny? Should you reveal that before you actually get intimate?
Oh my! Now, maybe maybe he doesn't consider it tiny. I'm trying to be devil's advocate. So maybe he doesn't know it's tiny. Maybe he really doesn't know, Doc.
Right.
So then what?
If he's never been in a locker room or seen a porno.
No, remember, so even with that, I know men will, and this is women's fault for being liars, men will go off the reaction to women. So if women like a man, sometimes you will stroke his ego and I mean, look at the wait and the exhale. She was like with the dude, and
True.
it was little. She's like, I squeeze real tight, and then she was able to make it happen. You know, so he didn't know he was as bad as he was because, you know, of his status, and he was able to be with her.
Yeah.
So he didn't know. He was actually playing her out.
Okay. Yolanda has some ideas.
See, that's what I'm saying. So women will get nice. So they'll bring, you have the appetizer, they'll bring some sides to help out. So we may not need to tell that. You know, we may not need to know. Now that's again case by case basis because some women need to know.
Yes.
You know,
they prefer to know.
They said women who wear head wraps need to know.
You know what?
I read a study. Did you see that study? The study I read.
That was good.
Okay,
it's something to think about if you were dating someone and after you had sex the first time she ghosted you. Something to think about.
You know what? It's funny. I got a friend and he always talking about the girls after he had sex. They leave him on red. Oh, nothing got away.
Is that why, Daryl? Maybe.
I never even thought about it. I just thought like
maybe that's why.
Damn. I can't wait to talk to him. I'm like, bro. I said, bro. I know what it is. Don't tell nobody else.
Between you
either
and me.
It was real bad or was real small.
Right.
Or a combination of both.
Or a combination of the two.
It definitely sounds like a terrible time. Okay?
That's real. That's real. Poor thing.
So here's one a little bit more, a little tougher. So they're a person who has HIV, but with the new medicines, things of that nature, they're undetectable now. I'm not sure what undetectable means when they say that. I don't know.
They said you can't
transmit, right? You can't transmit.
Okay. So with that being said, with that being the knowledge that you can't transmit, would you need to tell your partner this? And would you have to disclose that?
Wow.
Should you disclose that?
I would think you should if you're going to have sex.
I would as well. I think that's something. Yeah, you should disclose.
Would you disclose it? Just come out and say it, or should you wait for them to ask about history? And if you're using protection as far as condoms, do you need to disclose it at that point?
Yeah, I think you still need to know.
Yolanda says yes.
And Yolanda, if you could, like, is it possible still to transmit, even though they said it was a lower possibility? Is that what they say? When you're undetectable, is it a lower possibility or it's no possibility? If you can, you know, if you.
That's a good question.
Very good question. I
mean, because if they're, I think, I don't know if it's one of those things, right? If you're really undetectable, and and will you be detectable forever? Say if you don't take your medicine, will you become detectable now? Will it, you know, I guess.
Okay, if you're undetectable, you cannot.
And is that only while you're taking your medicine? And these questions may sound silly, I don't know. If you stop taking your medicine, does the whatever now start to become more to the point where it's detectable?
That's actually a good question too. Like, does it come back? Like, will you be detectable again?
Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, we know from working in the mental health field that when people feel good, they stop taking their meds.
Yes.
Right. You know, you may miss a day or two. Does that now affect the whatever that the thing that's repressing it, holding it down? Is that now alleviated? So I guess with that, if you stop taking
okay, so yes, if you stop taking medicine,
so the answer will be, I think you should tell.
Okay.
Right, because like I said, because you stop taking medicine or you can't afford the medicine or something happens, you're on vacation and you didn't bring it, now what?
Now what?
You know, now what? And then how long will it be again before you're undetectable? So I guess it's something you should actually tell somebody pretty early.
Yes.
You know, especially if you start seeing it getting romantic and such. Like, hey, listen, I do have such and such. Da, da, da,
Mm-hmm.
da, da. Um,
I mean, a
yeah,
lot
I
of these
guess
sexual questions are about giving people a choice or giving the other person a choice of whether or not they want to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these questions, if you don't, you don't tell because you really don't want them to have a choice.
Hmm.
So you're
or
making the
like,
choice for them.
well, or you don't want to be put in a box for something you did out of a snapshot of your life. So sometimes, you stop taking your medicine. Okay.
And transmitted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thanks for
You
that,
need to,
Yolanda.
Yes.
thank you very much. You
Yeah.
need to transmit that information to me then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the bad part about it, like I said, then this is where the box comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to deal with that because a lot of people out here don't. So maybe I'm gonna go with someone where I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
And that's why some people don't tell certain things. Just because you got a train ran on you in college, doesn't mean
Golly, a train.
Wow.
just because you had that train ran. Do I
Woo.
need to know that now that happened to you once? Do you need to tell me that? I don't think you do.
Okay, so they can
Exactly.
take prep.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
you're
Right.
going to be in a
Mm-hmm.
long-term relationship, yes.
Yes.
Right.
You think that's
And I don't want to prep for a relationship. Sorry, that's not what I want to do. That's a lot of work. I want to get a relationship. I don't have to prep. You know what I mean? So that's a reason why I'm putting you in the box. And with the dude with the small penis, that's the box. He's gonna be over there. But like I said, that's it. But everything doesn't need to be told. I don't need to know you got a train ran on you.
Okay.
Unless that's your thing.
Okay.
Then I need to know.
If that's your thing.
if you
that's
like
your
the train,
thing,
right?
Right,
hey,
right.
I like 4 or
Okay.
5 guys a night, like back to back. Like that really gets me
But
going.
Daryl, you if you want to know numbers and
Ah.
she's 35 and she got 50 people, you might want to there might have been some trains in there.
Again, I think that happened anyway. I just think it all happened.
You just assume it.
Yeah, he's assuming
Right,
it.
so
He's
that
assuming it.
you won't be surprised if you already feel like they did it. Like I knew it. I knew it. I mean, I hit it the first night. So
Wow.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Time out. If I hit it the first night, I'm not the
Wait.
only person. I'd hit the lottery.
That's a big assumption.
Well, if that happens, you put her in that box that she must have done this before automatically.
Fellas, I don't know if they think
Wow.
fellas, let's just have a conversation, fellas. I don't know if they think we're crazy. I don't know if
Yes.
they want to lie to us on this program. See, women lie. Fellas, if you
She's
get it on the
asking you
first
a
night,
good point.
fellas, if you get it on the first night, you're not special. This is what she does.
How do you know you're not special?
Right.
Because this is what she does.
How do you know that, Daryl? How do you know?
Because you're easy. Your game is not better than anybody else's. Because remember,
But
women are making
maybe.
it. No. Women are making the decision who's getting the box. We're not making the decision. She's making the decision.
Okay.
No, she might have thought that you were very special.
Right.
Out of everybody in the world, I'm the only special person.
Yes.
I don't believe in unicorns. Okay, this is who she is.
Oh
She's
my.
just not. She's just not
That's a
giving
big
you it the
assumption.
first time for no
That's an
reason.
assumption.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Women
Nope.
lie, fellas. They lie so much. It just never stops.
Oh wow, they've never told their spouse. That's interesting. That is scary.
Why?
So again, and that's that where, like I said, I don't want to be judged.
Wow.
Yes, I don't want to be judged.
conversation.
But is that
Okay,
privacy or is that secrecy?
That's
I think
secret.
it's all lies. It's
That's
all lies.
secrecy
It's
right
just
there.
it's just lies either that you're doing to protect the relationship, or lies that you're just lying because you want to lie. I don't think they're all lies. It's called what it is. Anytime you keep something, I'm keeping it for a reason. If there's something in your mind when you meet something that pops up that you kind of like, ooh, and you don't say it, you know that's something you should say. So when you remember that train you had ran on you, you remember that comes up. You don't want to talk about it. You know why? Because you don't want to be put in a box. So if you had one train ran on you, I don't even know. 5, let me know that you're in the trains, okay? Because I like to be a conductor, not a caboose. I can't be behind 5 trains. I don't know.
Down.
Like, yeah, I like gangbangs. Hey, I don't.
And how many
So-
folks are going to say that? Really?
Right.
Right, they're not because they're lying. This is
Or-
what I'm talking about.
Or they don't think you need to know.
Because they know that it would be a problem for most people to know they were in a gangbang. You're embarrassed about it. That's why you're hiding it. So again, if we talk about the reason you're hiding it, because you're like, ooh, if you're like, ooh, about what you did, it's a problem. It's a problem. To me, listen, I would respect a girl more to be like, yo, I like gangbang.
So
I would respect mine much more.
You would respect her more if she said
Absolutely.
Would you date
And
her?
I might even.
I was going to ask that next. Would you give her a chance?
So, again, I may, because if you're telling me these things, there's nothing you're hiding. So right there, we're gaining trust. If you can tell me something like that's
Okay.
horrible for girls to do in their mind, it's horrible, and they're like, nah, I did that.
So you
that
might give
means
her a
I
chance
would-
based on that honesty, right?
I could believe you in other things. Other than, it's just to me, like, you're just a very honest person. That's what's up. Honesty is a big part of things.
Okay.
Now, if you be like, I just had one last week, I'm like, you're a little too honest.
Wait.
Have you healed up from it?
I didn't know there was a timeline.
Right.
I don't even have that many friends. I don't know that many people. This ain't gonna work because I can't help you. See, it wouldn't work because I couldn't help her.
Be current day. Wait, let me get it straight, Daryl. You can't be current day honest with you.
No,
gotta
you
be from
can,
the
but
past, honest.
you can't be current day in the streets. in on the blocks. You're on the blocks at that point. I can't help you. And I just choose not to be part of gangbangs now. This is not.
What if the person was in a throuple? Do you need to know that?
Could you explain that to me, Doc? Because I don't really know what we're talking about.
Well,
there.
listen,
If they were polyamorous and they had a
okay.
relationship with two people and they all knew and they were all a part of it.
And they're trying to add me to it, or she's just trying to.
No, she
or
just
just tell you.
My last relationship was a throuple.
Oh, her last relationship was a throuple. I don't know if I would trip over that as much because it seemed like they were in a relationship.
Mm.
She's not out getting trains ran on her, hopefully. She still was with one person. Well, maybe I guess both of them, two of them. Now, it depends what the throuple looked like. If it's two guys, then I'm cool with the rotisserie pussy. Coochie. I'm cool with the rotisserie. I'm good.
You don't have no boom, the mic thing.
Right.
I missed it. It slipped out before I said it. But yeah, I don't want the rotisserie one. That's cool. Not.
Okay. But so if it was a man and two women, you are with that one.
That might not be an issue. Yeah, that might not be.
Okay.
Because that's just a relationship. She's with one man.
Okay. All right. What if that's her preference of a relationship, but she wants you? And then at some point, you guys might have to add somebody because that's her preference in relationship.
So that would be an issue because I'm not really into sharing.
Okay.
Only Care Bears think caring and sharing. So that would be something I would need to know.
Okay.
Right. When we talk about the structure of relationship, and she said that would be good to know because I'm not really into that. You feel me? Because then that comes a lot. That what are we having? Two babies at the same time because they both get. It's just a lot to it. That I don't know if I want to be double nagged. Who want to be double nagged?
Oh my!
Double
nag.
Double nag.
See, Yolanda, I needed an explanation too. I didn't understand that.
Well, hey, we're here to educate.
Thank you. Every Friday, I get wiser and wiser.
So yeah, that would be something I would need to know. And earlier is better, just so I know that because it's not a relationship that can go anywhere.
So what if they didn't tell you initially, right, with that situation, Daryl, and then once you, as you put it, have some skin in the game and you're connected, then she brings it up. What then? That she would like to continue that lifestyle or pursue that again. Then what?
I'm gonna let her know that that's out of the question, and it's just gonna be us. Get that out your mouth. Get that taste out your mouth.
It's just gonna be us.
Just gonna be
It's
us,
gonna be
the
us.
two of us.
We can get a dog.
And if she doesn't want that,
I guess she wants to leave.
he gets no choice in that, no say in it.
Well, think about it, because there is no. What we have to do is learn that if something's not for us, it's not for us.
Yeah.
You know, and me sitting around trying to make something that is that different for us, it's silly.
Right.
Because what she wants and what I want are very different. I don't know how we can mitigate that, because if she wants a whole other person,
a whole nother person.
I can do different voices like, "Hey, I'm George."
But isn't that a step up from? I mean, she doesn't want a side, John. She wants another person brought into your relationship. Isn't that there's some?
I like my side joints to be secret. I don't know about.
See, well, that's another thing, yeah.
Right.
No, I'm saying, but it's not a step up for me, because it's not something that I would choose to do. I don't think my household would look like that for me.
Okay.
And I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm saying you're wrong for me. I'm wrong for you, because what we want, our ideologies are different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just different. There's nothing wrong with it, but we have to be okay with saying there's nothing wrong with us. And I care about you, but I'm not going to argue every day about you wanting to bring home someone else.
Okay.
You know, well, how about her? No. How about her? No. She's your type. No, you're my type. It would become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we both would just be upset because we want something and she wants something. She's trying to find a way to make it happen. It's just not, for me, a relationship doesn't look like that.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You'd have to be. No.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What about education? Education level. Is that something you need to reveal?
From the things I was watching this week, yes. Women, especially, they said women with degrees are not dating men without.
Okay.
They're really looking down on men without. You know, because they want someone that's here, either even or above them. So, and they were saying that it's weird that even respect sometimes is based in money or education or things of that nature. So I can't respect you the same if I have more education than you. I can't respect you the same if I make more than you. Right. Yeah. It's not a partnership. It's like
they're not talking about black women, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They are. They were talking about black women specifically because black women are the highest educated, the highest
I was going to say
right now. So more black women are having degrees and things of that nature. So they want men that are degreed as well. You know,
that's interesting. I read an article, and I believe it was Essence. It was many years ago though, where they were talking about like the scarcity of black men that are educated and how women were sharing men, and they were talking about you need to be able to date the trash man, or the men who aren't at that educational level.
Absolutely. Kevin Samuels said the same thing that people didn't like, but
What did he say?
The same thing, that there's nothing wrong with dating a man who's making working at the
Yolanda,
post office.
Yes.
I agree with that, Yolanda.
Yes. I know some very intelligent people who
exactly
don't happen to have a degree.
Well, again, so we're going by the barometer that is set, and if you're college educated, it's supposed to be better, right? So that's, you know, we all have our prerequisites, and you just feel like, oh, this person has a degree, I have a degree, I know what it took to get a degree. This person doesn't have it, then we're not on the same level. So it's not the best barometer to choose.
No, it's not.
Mate.
No,
it isn't. But and that's what they're saying. Like you should be able to date someone who works, you know, in a warehouse, something that you know could be making decent money as well. But you're negating that person due to them just not having a piece of paper, you know.
And that is something that you find out. Most people find that out even before the first date. When you're meeting, you're talking about what school you went to.
Yeah.
Where do you work? What kind
did you
of
study?
job you have? Those are the initial questions you ask people
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to
Right.
school? What kind of job you have? That's something you find out very quickly.
Well, remember, we kind of talked about, I think we talked about it last week, where since dating is very two-dimensional now because we're doing it through apps and things of that nature, one out of two relationships are made from some type of app or whatever right now.
Yeah.
You're only seeing this. So I'm not even giving you a chance because I see, I don't see a
High
college
school
degree on
diploma.
there. Right. You don't see
Right.
that on the bio. So by it not being on the bio, it's bio. Bio. So again, the things that happen, the things that used to happen where you can most likely charm a woman by your personality, where you're talking to them, where you win them over by your swag. You're not getting a chance because now it's a swipe, and they just swipe whatever way it is, the bad swipe. I don't know if it's left or right, but whatever the bad swipe, then it swipes you to the bad side. And so now you're not getting seen, and everybody's going for the same men that have the same copy, degree and amount of money and yada 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
wow.
Okay, I just said at least a high school diploma.
Now, how about a GED? Would that change your opinion if they didn't have a high school diploma, but they went back and got their GED at 33?
Mm-hmm.
Would you look at them differently, or would you give them a chance? Or even with a degree, if they only make, well, I think the minimum is like 34,000. That's good.
She
right
said
now,
that's good.
if a man was making 34,000, would you be able to date him? Would he be able to be your king? Would you respect him? And you're making 80,000.
Do you need? Would you? I'm trying to think. When would you even find out how much money he makes? Unless it's on an app, like this is kind of job he has. This is his
Right.
income. Yeah.
Well, when he pulls up in a car that rusted and the one door don't
Well,
work.
that doesn't mean anything. Not everyone is flashy or spends
all
all their money on cars and clothes or jewelry.
Okay. So
Or-
when they pull up this way and they're not dressed in the latest drip and their car is kind of messed up, you might overlook them. Let's be honest about the situation.
Or like a show I saw a while back, he might be doing that, borrowing a friend's car and dressing a certain way just to make sure you're
That's what I'm saying. So I know from the rip that my presentation is going to win you over. So I may do that. I may fronting hard with my man's car or whatever the case may be to get you. Or I may, if I'm living within my means and my car isn't the best and my clothes aren't the best, when I come up, I may be judged for that too. It sounds like a lose-lose for men.
Not necessarily. She might see past that and say, you know what?
I just told you they're not seeing past it. They're not seeing past it. I just told you they're not seeing past it. Right now,
give women a chance to talk and get to know what they're working with there.
Wait, give the women a chance to talk?
Yes, because
they have to give us a chance to talk.
Well, remember, you came up to dressed like you were dressed in the car you were in, and she's ready to get to know you.
No, she's turned off by what she saw.
Not necessarily.
I don't know what necessarily means. The studies are showing right now women are it's about status, right? Money, degrees. These are things that are looked at.
Wow.
Up front, and that's before you open your mouth. You know what I mean? So you may be at a deficit. Like I said, if I'm meeting you on an app, I don't get to give you this personality.
Yeah, you did.
All you're seeing is a picture and my bio, and it's bio. Due to you don't meet the requirement, so I'm gonna go keep swiping until I find someone that has medium income of what I want.
Who's dating all these broke boys?
Yeah, where are they?
They got women. Who's dating them?
Where are they left? Right.
So remember, there's still a hierarchy. So we're gonna meet. So then we go down to the high school diplomas. So the women with high school diplomas are messing with the men with high school diplomas and GEDs. So you got that level, right? Then you got the ones without, and they just have a job. It still goes down. I mean, people can find somebody, but we're really talking about who's keeping who.
Wow.
We're not talking about for the nights. We're not talking about
how many relationships just in your line of work have you come across in all these years of broke boys, or I don't even want to call them broke boys, but men who aren't making a certain amount of money with women?
Who?
They in these relationships. These people are in these relationships.
I don't know what relationship you're talking about. My people with not a lot of money have not a lot of women. Facts.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you facts.
Or maybe we're not seeing the same people, because these people got lots of babies by lots of different women.
No,
somebody keeping them.
So again, no one's. That's that for the night. That dude was fronting in someone else's car. He just got his income tax money. He took you down, got you pregnant, and now you're a baby mama on welfare and getting little to no child support because he had no money. We're not talking about them. We're talking
and the
about
women are fighting over them, wanting them.
Yeah, but what level are those women on?
See, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the level of guys, but these guys that we're talking about, they got girls. They have women.
Wait. So I think
even though the women might
not
be at the level we're talking about.
If you're on welfare and you're with the dude that works at McDonald's and he's the dude that's the highest you can reach, okay, he's in your eyes, he got bread.
Yes.
He's making $20,000 for you now. He's $100,000 man to you.
Yes, so you love him. So I'm not saying that these people don't find people.
Wait a minute,
no. Find people.
Wait a minute. Even those, again, there's still a few of the people that are the women are fighting over the same man. So it's not all men. It's a select few at McDonald's. The dude on fries, he ain't getting none. It might be the manager. Okay, the manager is getting them.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is not the real world.
Because we are women and we know.
No. You
maybe
get out in the streets. No,
maybe the ones with all that money and status don't have the other things we talked about, like listen, the weenie and all of that stuff.
I don't know why these women are hard headed. They don't listen to us. They don't listen because you say these broke boys have multiple women. Like I said, right now, if I go to a very impoverished area, I can have them all, right? Because I have money. I can pay for them. $500 to some people is $1,000 million. Like, that's incredible. So I can go to some areas and ball out. Yes, I can. The niggas from the neighborhood can't do that. The guys from the neighborhood can't do that, right? So I can definitely go and scoop up all these girls right now in certain areas. I can go to projects. I can roll up in a project right now and take everybody. Who wants to go?
If the boys from the projects don't get you first.
Exactly, because they'd be mad because you taking our girls. Yes, because this $300 I'm giving them ain't nothing for me, but that's groceries for the next 2 weeks for them. I'm killing them. That's what we're doing. But even with that, ain't nobody keeping them, right? They're not keeping them.
If he is fine and he is he could be broke. It don't even matter.
Again, I think that you guys might want to read some of these new studies how things are going right now. Broke. Again, even that. So again, how many broke, fine, big are out there? Let's be honest about the situation. You guys are talking about a unicorn, right? There's not a billion people like that out there. That you just said something very specific that may be rare, right? So again, that he may be rare. The majority of men aren't broke, fine with big penises. Okay?
2 out of 3 ain't bad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
They may have 1 of the 3. Okay? So what I'm saying is that even what you're saying is not accurate, like I said, because women want someone that's going to hopefully take care of them. That's what women want a lot of these. Yes, women.
But that's relative. Like you said, $300 to somebody growing up in the projects, right? That's balling.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm not keeping.
If dude in the projects got 100 and that's all you see, it's like he's balling.
He got enough women to take care of him. He don't need to make money.
So listen to what you said. The women are fighting over the same men. Even at that level, it's only one of the men that's getting all of them that they're fighting over. So not all the boys on the corner, 1 or 2 of the boys are getting some, that all the girls are fighting over the same guy. Other guys are getting nothing. They're not getting anything. So again, even in that situation, the women are still getting the best of their best that they can get. They're all shooting for the best of the best. Okay. They're not shooting for the one corner boy who maybe makes 50. No, I want the one that makes 100. Even though he was with the 2 other girls or the 3 other girls, I want him. So the same mentality is going on. They're all chasing the best of the best instead of chasing maybe someone who's under there who maybe doesn't make as much but could still make my life decent. It's still the same mentality no matter what level you look at it at. This is why certain men have all the women, right? Because the women want the top 1% of the men in their area or their level or whatever the case may be. That's what they want. Nobody wants it. No, what woman goes out here like, well, I want somebody that's kind of okay. I mean, if he has both eyes.
It doesn't usually happen like that, though.
Right. You want the best of the best usually. Now,
it usually happens. You end up with somebody like that because you took the time to get to know him.
Or he's the only one left. What you mean? Because if you had a chance to get the higher level man, you were still chasing the higher level man. Only reason you left with who you left with was because he was here. He stayed around. He was the one that always faithful. And okay, yes, I do.
But when did we decide the higher level guy was the best? I'm trying to understand this.
Tell the women this. That's who they're
I'm just trying to understand this because that doesn't mean he's the best.
It doesn't mean he's not.
It might mean that he thinks he is.
It might mean he is, though, too. So it can go both ways. He may be the best. He may not be.
Yes. They will. Yes, that is true.
So now we're changing the topic. Any man that cheat on you, any man that cheat on you, the man in the wheelchair will cheat on you. That ain't nothing. You is wood or wet. Like we don't change the topic. Anybody that cheat on you, the man with all the money in the world to cheat on you, right? The brokest man may cheat on you.
Yeah,
anybody could cheat on anybody. That's not what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. We're talking about what we want. Usually, and that makes sense. We want the best. Most people don't.
We done changed
average.
The whole topic.
We done changed everything.
Well, because we did, but I'm just saying, most people.
He said we did. I agree.
Because this delusion that come out.
You know, Daryl's going to set this part straight. You know he is.
I'm just saying, most people choose the best at anything they do. Most people are like, well, I want mediocre. Is anybody shooting for mediocre? No.
But it depends on how you define the best. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, however you define it, you want it. So your best ain't mediocre. Unless you're like, oh, my best is mediocre.
Your best might be somebody else's mediocre.
Again, that's why I said what you define as your best.
Yes.
Your best.
And that looks different for everybody. That's all we're saying. It looks different.
No, what do we say? I don't understand what we're saying here. I said your best is your best. Yes, it may be somebody else's mediocre, but it's still your best. You're not going out there looking for mediocre. Nobody cheats their kids. Go find a mediocre spouse. No, you find the best you can get. What are we talking about here?
So that you cannot have to do your face, make the sound effect, and save your expressions.
I'm just saying, I get lost sometimes. These women just need.
I got lost too on that one.
Right. We'd always want to go for the best. If I had a chance to get Beyonce, listen, I would take it. And I don't care who with me. I could be about to get married. I'm like, listen, it ain't gonna work out. Beyonce said I might have a chance.
Oh my God.
Now that's really terrible.
That's really terrible.
That's really terrible.
Careful who? Careful who?
Because if you're about to get married,
right.
I guess you loved the person and you just gonna leave her for somebody else.
The best.
I don't care who they are.
Right.
You just gonna leave for somebody else?
I still love her, but
terrible.
My true love, it's called.
Oh, really?
True love, it's called. You know what I mean? You don't turn away from true love. So
that's another one. That's another one. That's a good one. Because I've heard people say things like they would never cheat on their mate, but if it was a celebrity, they want a pass. So if you slept with a celebrity, should you tell your partner?
So for me, you already gonna know. I got 3 that if they, you know what I mean, going to go down. I love you, but not enough to say no to this trip. And the worst part about it is, if I like them and they really like me, if Beyonce really likes me, listen, as we get the divorce, I'm gonna make sure you're okay. Beyonce
that is horrible.
A billionaire.
That is absolutely
We're gonna take care of you.
horrible.
I'm gonna set you up nice, but I'm gonna go where the heart.
No, listen.
That is not your heart. That is something else.
We all probably have a celebrity crush, but it should not go to that extent.
Right.
Not.
Fellas, pay attention to these people not telling the truth once again. Okay?
Well, look.
Look at Doc laughing. She can't receive something.
I ain't even gonna front. The red state knocked on my door.
It's who, Doc?
Lorenz Tate.
Oh, well, I'll go ahead and reveal Malcolm Jamal.
Okay.
I'll reveal since we're confessing.
He'd be like,
Yes.
hey, Neil.
But if he knocked, even with that voice now, I'd be like, you know what, Malcolm, you've been a crush of mine for a long time, but I got the best, babe. I would have to tell him, Daryl. That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, it's a little different when you got married at 8.
No, she said Dwayne Johnson.
Listen, right, Yolanda.
Yeah.
So The Rock Johnson, Dwayne The Rock comes over, ripped like, yeah, you know what? I have a crush on you forever.
Yeah,
like,
you tell him,
I'm going to stay with my husband.
Right.
Listen, thank you for the people who are telling the truth right now. I think, Yolanda, you've been such a voice.
Let's say we would like to think we would do that. We would like to think we can't know for sure.
I know what I'm gonna do. I don't know about y'all, but I know what I'm gonna do.
I think we know what you're going to do too.
I know what we're gonna do, and I'm doing it for us. I'm doing it for us because I don't love you like I love her.
Now it's for us.
Yeah.
My!
I told you I'm gonna set you up nice. This is Beyonce. She got money, so I'm gonna make sure you get a little change.
Your wife wants you, not the money.
And Beyonce is not going to let you take care of another woman with her money.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
Hey, sorry, my ex. I can't call you babe no more. Beyonce said I can't talk to you anymore. You saw
Beyonce gonna tell you, look, I done been through that once.
What was the movie? When the dude was like, he called home. He's like, hey, put your mom on the phone.
Yes, that was
Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
Hey, put your mom on the phone. Hey, yeah, look here. I ain't never come back no more. Good luck. Listen, it's
wow.
Again, I think we have to be real in certain situations. And again, I don't have the 90 years with somebody to build a bond that is unbreakable. Okay?
90 years.
So my bond is breakable. It's very breakable. Okay. Snip. Breakable.
So what if you were on a trip or something and you ran into your celebrity crush? You had the opportunity to sleep with them. Would you come back and tell your partner? Again,
she already knows the list of ones that if I ever get a chance, it's going to happen. So
she don't even have to ask him, Doc. That's what he's saying. She knows. She knows.
I'd be like, yo, when I was over in Jamaica, Beyonce was there. What's for dinner? Nothing needs to be more. Listen, you're lucky I came home.
Ooh, no shame in his game.
You understand? Lucky I'm home. So again, I think that for me, I got to write that in the contract. There are all passes for celebrities. Listen, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be out here embarrassing you. You know, there ain't gonna be no embarrassing. You know, ain't gonna be nobody.
No regular Joe Schmo, right?
Right. Like you be like, yo, like when I'm gonna give you a story. Like he's like, my husband left me for Beyonce. They're like, what? I get it. Anybody can understand that. I can understand that. If my woman was like, yo, I left you for Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I get it. I'm like, Yolanda, I get why you have to leave. Do you need me to pack you anything? You gonna pack some lunch or something, some ice, maybe something. I don't know what you need.
Wait, let's see. Where is she private? Wait.
Keep your wife a secret, or is she private?
Oh.
Right. I think it's. I mean,
you gonna keep her a secret, Daryl?
No, I tell everybody. I'll tell everybody about my wife. It's my wife.
You gonna tell Beyonce is what we're asking here?
No, I would tell Beyonce the truth. I'm divorced because I would be soon as she said hello. Hey, I'm gonna need that paperwork written up.
That is very sad. I don't want to believe that. I don't believe
Hey, you guys can lie to yourself if you want. If you want to stay wherever, go ahead. I think change is good sometimes.
Bring them back, guys. Bring them back.
Anybody doing the same thing every day?
It's not. Bring them back to the topic, Doc.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying. I just know what I would do.
Woo.
I'm in these streets for Beyonce, okay? And again, you should be cheering me on like I get it. A real woman would cheer you on like I get it.
We're not going to do that.
No.
Well, that's terrible. That means you're selfish. Again, being selfish. That'll be next week's
She's
topic.
just another woman. So why? How is that selfish? She's just a woman.
Now
that
you're
you
being
cheated with.
disrespectful.
That's all.
Now you're being disrespectful.
What? Disrespectful? She's just a woman.
That's the woman that you cheated with. Exactly.
So is Lorenz Tate just a man?
Well,
he is. He's just a man. He's just
I forgot.
Man.
Some people have to say certain things.
Lorenz
I'm saying Beyonce is more than a woman. That's all I'm saying.
He's just a man.
He is just a man too. So is Malcolm Jamal. So we need to stop.
Yeah, they're just human beings.
And they just, we have a different view of them just from the outside looking in. That's all. Yes. Regular people.
I'm gonna have a different view.
We have no
inside.
idea what their spouses' lives are like.
Or what they're like, really.
Or what they're like as real.
You know what? You might not even like Beyonce, Daryl. Seriously.
I'm willing to try. You miss all the shots you don't take. Taking a shot.
But Yolanda said The Rock is not just a man.
Thank you. I told you.
Yolanda, you are not helping the cause here.
Yes, she is. Some women can tell the truth. And some people out there are just more than.
They're just mere mortals. Mere mortals that we hold in high regard because we don't really know them. That's all.
Sounds like some hate.
Yes.
Sounds like some hate to me.
No, we're not going to keep there. We're not. How did we get on this?
So, I think, I would tell her up front that I would need a hall pass for these people.
Okay. All right. So that's something you would reveal at the weddings before you get married.
Absolutely. I do it all the time now, so that people know.
Okay. All right.
They're like, that's your girl. Yep. If I'm lucky. If not, me and you can work.
You're second best, but we can work.
Everybody's second best. I don't know how many people married or got with their first choice.
Ruth? I don't know about that. I got with my first choice.
Oh, you met him. What's going on?
Because we was little kids anyway. We didn't have many choices. We didn't have many, right, Doc?
Yes.
He don't want to hear that. He does not want to hear that stuff.
All right, Dal. Any other scenarios, or are we done for the evening?
Do you have any other on your list that we didn't hit on?
Well, we do got one. I don't know how it's gonna go. When do you tell someone you're dating you're pregnant?
Oh wow, you're already pregnant?
Yeah, you're pregnant.
Or
some people like that.
Or like the one you posted, Doc, where he brought the baby to the first date.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So both things.
Well, but that answers the question. He told her on the first date.
He told her on the first date. That he has a newborn.
Okay, but about being pregnant?
Yeah, I'm pregnant. When are you gonna tell me? When should you reveal that? And that does have a time to be revealed.
I think if you're gonna keep the baby, you tell that right away.
True. From the door. Yep.
From the door.
Yeah.
Hey, can you pass the pepper? Yeah, I'm pregnant.
I mean, if somebody is hitting on you and you're pregnant, you should tell them you're pregnant.
I don't know. If I'm hitting on you, how does it
Yes.
work?
Yes.
Hey, what's
if
your
you're
number?
trying to get with
My
me,
number is
Yeah,
Debbie,
why not, Daryl?
the pregnant girl. Debbie, the pregnant girl.
why would you give him your number without telling him you're pregnant? Because he might not even want to be bothered with you knowing that you're pregnant by someone else already.
I don't know that you can't get pregnant twice.
Oh my gosh.
That means raw sex, boy.
Oh my gosh. Even though there are some guys that like pregnant women and will hit on visibly pregnant women.
That's true.
Because you can't get pregnant again. Raw sex.
That is crazy.
But true. So I think that I don't know if you got to tell. I mean, in those first couple conversations, I would say before you, I don't know how it works. If you talk before you go out, I definitely would, bring it up. Or when you went out on that first date, we talk about like, well, I would let you know I am pregnant.
Yes.
Before the date.
I mean, as a guy, wouldn't you want to know that, Daryl?
Yes, that means no condom.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Daryl.
And I know you're going to your checkup, so you're good.
Daryl. Oh, and that's
what if she says I'm pregnant and I'm still with my baby father, but you could join us.
We already talked about that. That makes no sense. This makes no sense.
Or we're breaking up
over that.
Or we are breaking up and I am single, but I'm pregnant.
Well, first of all, I don't know. We are breaking up. That means
meaning she's in the process. Breaking up. We're broken up.
Wait a minute. I don't understand. Either you're together or not. What do you mean we in the process?
Okay, we've broken up.
But that's the kind of stuff people say.
That's what they say. That is
right. That means get away from me until you figure out that when you finish that process.
Why would you such a? And then if she is broken up, would you date her?
I just said.
No. I know you were joking though. Like, would you really date her?
This is free. Every couple weeks, Dr. Tucci, yes.
You know what?
It's getting checkups on a regular basis. This is good. This is good money. Now, see, I think what you guys got to understand the question would be, would you keep her? Because anybody can be taken down, right? Sex is something that can be done. The problem the question really is, would I keep her? Probably not, because I don't want to raise a kid straight from the gate in our relationship. Because our whole relationship will be a pregnancy. So that means you can't really do the normal things.
So then would you be honest and tell her that, Daryl? Like you're expecting honesty and say, you know what, it's okay for us to just, hook up, whatever, but I'm not interested in anything beyond that. Would you be honest?
No, we lie to women.
See, I knew it. I
know. Yeah, we lie. Hey, we lie to let you guys lie.
You're not giving truth.
There's a whole bunch of lies being told, so I'm with the lies.
Gonna keep it going. You just gonna keep it
going. I'm par for the course. That's where we're at. You don't want to be scared away. You tell her that, you will scare her away. She looking for
of course.
Exactly. She looking for a dad.
She deserves to know.
Stepdad.
She deserves to know.
She don't deserve anything. She out here with a baby trying to get dick. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And on that note, I don't even know if anything else needs to be said, but do either of you have anything else to say?
I gotta pull it together and think. Wait.
Wait, no, we do have one more. If you don't cook or clean as a woman.
What? Do you need to reveal that?
Yes, you don't cook or clean. It's not something you're doing.
No, like you just said, we're not going to tell you. No, we're not going to tell you till you in it. Like you just said, no. You don't need to know till you ask for that first home cooked meal. No.
Well, again, it's tough because that could be a deal breaker down the line. So if you want to get wrapped up with someone and then he cuts you off, and he cuts you off because you don't cook or clean, was it worth it? You done wasted time, energy, because now I feel like what I felt like a woman should do, you don't do. You're not a woman in my eyes, so I'm gonna cut you off. Doesn't make sense. you might want to tell that early to find someone who is okay with that. So you may want to tell someone that early.
Or I may tell you that we can cook and clean. We can do it.
No, the thing was she doesn't do it. Like say I'm not cooking and cleaning.
Mm.
Not what I do. Or even if a man is like, I'm not going to cook and clean ever. Like, so that means that you have to cook and clean.
No,
I think if I feel that way, I would want to know if you're going to do that or not. You know
I agree. I mean? I would want to know
because I don't want to get with someone and then you're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's not you, because now that becomes a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
So even as a man, I think that's something you need to stay up front. Like, yo, listen, I can't cook. I don't cook and clean. So that's 100% on you.
I think they should know.
You should. That's something you should reveal.
They should know.
Right.
That'll cause some major problems later.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you. I'm glad you joined us tonight.
Yes, I did too, because I needed somebody to help me out with these two.
So, guys, you can catch us on the replay. You can actually join the conversation in the group Relationship Flow on Facebook. If you have a topic you want us to cover, let us know. If you want to be on the panel, let us know. And we will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one.
Everybody.
Bye.